Hey everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sonia Grassi, your leadership and love coach. Today's post is going to be about how to set boundaries in dating. A lot of people don't even know what their boundaries are. I've seen people who are so unaware of what boundaries are that people step over their boundaries and then they step so far over the line they still don't really know what to do with that. And I think it's really crucial to have boundaries, specifically in this modern dating world that we're living in right now, and the easy access that we have to meet all these new people without even stepping foot out of our door is kind of incredible. At the same time, it poses, its challenges, right? So whenever there's a big change, it has pros and cons. And so I think it's really important for people to understand what their boundaries are so that they become more effective in their dating lives. Dating can be exciting and enjoyable if you know what you're doing. It becomes frustrating and disappointing when you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what your boundaries are and people are stepping on them. I have 5 tips for you today that's going to help you navigate the modern dating world, and I use it quite often, works. I move powerfully in my dating life. There is absolutely no frustrations here. So tip number 1, stop dropping everything in your schedule to meet up with a person. When you first swipe right and you match with someone and you talk to somebody and you've never met them and you're freeing your weekends to see this person, don't do that. Please do not do that. You have a social life, you have a work life, you have a family life, you have things going on. Dating should not be something where you clear stuff. It shouldn't be something that, oh, I'm doing something tonight. I have a date on Friday night. Dating in the beginning should be something where it's casual. You are interested in meeting up with the person and learning more about them. But it shouldn't be this thing where you're like clearing your schedules and moving stuff around and telling one person like, oh, I can't see you because now I have a date. No. This person does not have the right or has not earned your trust to be able for you to free and move things around yet. It should be convenient for you just as much as it's going to be convenient for the other person. And in the event that sometimes, you're talking to somebody and you want to go out with them and they might ask you like, hey, you free tomorrow? Why don't you come to this bar near my place at 7 p.m.? You down? You don't have to go where it's convenient for them, right? And you don't have to go right away when you haven't met them yet. So you can counteroffer and say, hey, happy to meet with you. You could suggest having a phone conversation with them first if this is online. And that's my biggest recommendation, is talk to people over the phone before you meet them in person. And also you can counteroffer with another day, another time, and a place that's more convenient for you. And also try to not give people your entire evenings in the beginning when, again, you don't know anything about this person and you've met online. Tip number 2, you are not obligated to message people right away every single time they message you. So sometimes you meet somebody, you exchange numbers, or again, you meet them online, message you, you're so excited, you're like asking each other all these questions. You are not obligated to be there for the person 24/7, messaging them back. The more you make yourself available and easily accessible, the more your value goes down. Okay? It's just the way it is. I know it sounds like, oh, Sonia, what are you saying? Like, you're saying to play hard to get? No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is in the beginning, you don't need to be that easily accessible to someone, especially when there's no trust built and you don't know this person. They don't have that right yet to come into your life that quickly. And for anyone that makes you feel like they do have the right, that's a red flag. Okay, so you can always counteroffer, or not counteroffer, but you can kind of shut it down. So say you match with somebody, you're messaging them, this person's really messaging you. You can say something like, I really enjoy talking to you. I have something going on right now. Let's chat tomorrow. And you can kind of get out of that situation and then, message them when you want to, or you can suggest to have a phone conversation, right? Getting to know people over this text messaging or dating apps or Instagram, Snapchat, that's not how you connect with people. That's not how you get to know somebody. Talk to people in person or meet up with them. Number 3, You do not need to reveal everything about yourself on the first date. So sometimes what we do in our first date is we get really curious, which is great, but sometimes people ask you a lot of questions, but they don't reveal anything about themselves. Just because somebody's asked you a personal question doesn't mean you have to answer it, right? Know how to answer certain questions when you know that they might trigger you, and also you are never obligated to get to reveal all your cards within the first few times of meeting someone. Again, there is no trust is built over time. It's not a right? It's kind of like one of those things where it's a privilege. It's a privilege for someone to build that trust and to connect with you in that way. There's no need for you to share personal details about yourself right away. It's not necessary. And so if you ever feel uncomfortable with some of the questions that somebody's asking you, learn how to deflect, right? And learn also how to take control of the conversation and ask them questions and see how much they reveal about themselves. Tip number 4, give people what they give you. So if somebody's low investment with you, Matthew Hussey talks about low investment all the time, and I wholeheartedly believe him when he talks about this low investment thing. So it's kind of basically like when you're not sure if someone's interested in you and they're doing this hot and cold dance, and they might say to you things like, hey, let's go out next week, but we'll figure it out. Or maybe you suggest a date and they say, I'll let you know. Or maybe you've been talking to them for a really long time and you're kind of like, is this person going to ask me out? I don't really know. I'm confused. What I will say here is give people what they give you. It's okay to go first and suggest a date and say, hey, I really would like to get more to know you more. Let's meet up at this place at this time. If in the event that they're still wishy-washy and they still don't make any plans with you, you kind of have your answer of where their level either of interest is for you or their level of maturity is for you at that point. And there's really no need to continue that and continue to initiate because you're just going to be disappointed at the end of the day when this person isn't willing to commit to meet up with you. I mean, let's be clear here. When two people are interested in each other and they are genuinely interested in each other, they want to see each other. They will make it happen. And there is no in between, right? And if that's not the case, it could be bad timing. It could be the other person's in a relationship and you have no idea. It could be there's something going, they're dealing with something right now, or they're just not interested in you, and that's fine. But move on, right? Just move on at that point. And finally, picture sharing. Okay, so this is more for like the online stuff, but I guess when you meet somebody in person and exchange numbers with as well. Sometimes what you will find is people will ask you, hey, can you, send me a cute pic of where you're at tonight? I've had this asked multiple times. I've matched on Bumble. I start messaging them a bit and they're like, hey, send me a pic. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Hey, you got any plans tonight? Send me a picture. There's 5 pictures in my profile. Why do I need to send you another one? I don't send people pictures. I have Instagram. I have Facebook. Sure, go check it out. I have a public profile. I'm not ashamed. I use it for work. And I don't need to be sending you pictures. I don't know you. I have no idea who you are. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And I strongly recommend that if people are asking you for pictures right away and you've never met them in real life, you just use your best intuition, right? Use your intuition. If you feel comfortable sharing a picture of yourself, go ahead. I wouldn't recommend it. It might also be the reason why they might be asking you is to see how easy you are in giving them what they're asking for. It's just the way it is, right? So these are 5 steps that I apply in my dating life, and it's working beautifully for me, and I feel so confident and I feel so powerful in this area of my life, and things don't disappoint me as much as they used to. Like they don't frustrate me, they don't disappoint me. Confidence is knowing what your value is and what you're worth and not accepting anything less. And remove the belief of, oh, but I had such a great feel, like I had such a spark with this person, I connected with this person, like this person has to be something. It doesn't necessarily mean that person's going to turn out to be a relationship with you, or at least one that's going to be fulfilling and compatible for you. plenty of fish in the sea. It's true. There's an abundance of single people who want the same things of you. You just have to go out there and talk to them and meet them and get curious about them and be intentional with who you're looking for as a partner in a relationship. I hope this helps. I'm going to put a link below to my next Women's Love Circle in Toronto on Thursday, February the 8th at 6:30. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a safe space for women to come together and to really talk about what's going on for them in the area of love and to come out feeling very positive and optimistic about their dating, about a new dating strategy that I'm going to give them. And so I hope to see you there. It is a women's event only. So make sure you get your tickets. I'll put the link below, and you can reach me at Sonia at soniagrassi.com if you have any questions. All right. Ciao.